Hello my knitting friends and buddies, my name is Nadia, I'm the face behind the Lemonade channel where we discuss all things knitting. Tis the season of stress and being overwhelmed for everybody in the knitting community because all of us can't say no and also are very people-pleasing people. Not all of us, but many of us are. With the giving season comes the desire to gift a lot of things to the people we love, and we want to make them ourselves because we are knitters, we want to make stuff. Sometimes it leads us to the situations where we are in the beginning of December, the gift knits are not finished or maybe not even started, and the people already expect us to give them something that we made ourselves. So in order to help you decide on what you can make for the season of knitting, I made a list of patterns that are super quick to knit and maybe can help you use up your scrap yarns so that you have enough time to make them before the actual holiday comes. So grab a beverage of your choice and let's get into the list of gift knitting patterns that you can quickly make and not stress out too much. Since it's only 3 weeks until Christmas, I'll try to rapid fire through the patterns as fast as I can because we don't have time to talk. You gotta start knitting if you want to gift knit these things for Christmas. So let's start with the first category. I kind of gonna go from the head to toes garment accessory wise. Let's start with hats. The quickest thing you can make in scope of the simplest things you can make, and I would say a hat is pretty much a general gift. You don't need to know too much about people you want to gift a hat to. The only thing you actually need to know is whether their hat is ridiculously big or ridiculously small. Other than that, hats are very accessible for any kind of person. So for example, if you make something ribbed, it's going to be stretchy, so it's going to fit pretty much anybody. So just go for an average size hat and you'll be fine. I would also not suggest getting a hat for someone you don't know the favorite color of, or maybe the color of clothes they generally wear, because hat is something that you want to correspond to your outwear outfit. So for example, if you know that the person loves beige hats and usually wears like beige coats, scarves and everything, maybe don't make them a blue hat. I have two options of a beanie hat for you. One is a paid one and a more fancy one, and one is a super simple, super easy and also free. So the first one on my list is Riverbed hat by Celeste Knitwear. It's a quick knit, it's a small hat with little cabling details on it. It looks simple and fancy at the same time, so it won't take you too much time, but you might want to invest in this project a little bit more time because of all the details. But other than that, it looks very chic, very elegant, but it's also simple enough and it's stretchy because it's ribbed with cables on top of the ribs. So it's gonna fit anybody and it's a very nice gift. But if you don't want a paid pattern or you want something easier and quicker, I have a classic rib hat from Pearl Soho for you. It's also a DK weight hat. It's super quick. The pattern is completely free on their website. I made it multiple times as gift knits and also made one for myself as well, but I ended up gifting it as well because the girl really liked this hat, so I gifted it. But it's super quick. I would say that it took me like 3 evenings to make an adult size hat for myself. So if you have not that much time, I would say save up a week for it, just to be sure that you will have time to block it and everything. But it's super easy, it will fit literally anybody, and I am pretty sure you can use any kind of yarn with it. Like, I know it's DK weight, but these hats, they are usually like very stretchy, so just go with what you have. You're gonna be fine. Don't buy new yarn just for this gift. look for something in your stash. I am sure you have something they're gonna love. If you're looking to make something more color work based, I have an obvious hat for you by Caitlin Hunter from Boyland Knitworks. It is adorable color work hat with some sheep on it. It's also DK weight. It's gonna take you a little bit more time if you are not very experienced in knitting color work, and also be careful if you have not knitted color work in the round before. Hat is considered a small circumference, so if it's like your first color work project, I would not pick it for like something you want to rush, because you might make it too tight with the floats and then the hat will be too small. So I would say it's an option for somebody who is like already a very advanced beginner knitter at least, and definitely has some color work experience. Other than that, it looks cute. You need 2 colors. I think they can also be a very nice stash buster. It says that it uses around 210 meters of yarn, which is not a lot if you have some decay in your leftover bins or just in your stash. From the beanies, we are moving to other types of hats, because there are people that don't like beanies. I know, it's crazy. But I have a Hella hat for you. I'm not sure it's pronounced this way, but I'll try. The designer's name is Maija Turunen, and I think that it is adorable. It is something in between a bucket hat and a more fitted knitted hat. It's super cute. It uses bulky weight yarn, so it's gonna be a super quick knit. I would say you will finish it in maybe 2 days. The only thing is that there are no projects on Ravelry for this one, so nobody has ever shared their project, or maybe nobody actually made it. I'm not sure, and it's an old pattern. It's been out for 2 years, so I don't know what the problem is with it, but it's so cute though, so I can't not recommend it. The other type of hat that is not a beanie is a beret, and I have one paid version and one free version for you. The paid one is by Fable Knitwear. It's called Rembrandt Beret. It's from her first book, Fable Knitwear Volume 1, but she also sells her patterns on Ravelry as well, so you can just go and buy it there. It is an adorable beret. I made it in one evening, and I used knitting for olive heavy merino. It was super quick, super beautiful, and I made it as a gift knit for my mom, and she loves it. And I'm planning to make one for myself as well, because it's super, super, super pretty, chic, and it's gonna fit pretty much any outfit that I own. So that's amazing. But if you don't want to spend money on a pattern, there's a drops alternative. There's pretty much always drops alternative if you are willing to suffer through a drops pattern. It's called the Strawberry Kiss Beret, and it is knit in worsted weight, but they are making it like sport plus lace. Just go for worsted, don't do all this. It has a little bit different construction from the Rembrandt Beret, but I think that you can't go wrong with it, honestly. Like, beret is a very universal thing. The only thing that can affect the fit is the part that is actually like hugging the head, and I am very sure you can hit the correct gauge for it. So don't worry too much. I think it's gonna be fun. The last head-related option on my list is not actually a hat, but a headband, or actually 2 versions of a headband. I have a fancier one for you and a simpler one, but also very cute. The fancier option is called a lariat headband by Ivy Kniziewicz. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing it right, but she goes by Yubu on TikTok and other networks, and I love her. And this is a free pattern, and it's a lacy headband that has a lot of interesting details, but also it looks easy enough to finish in maybe 2 evenings. So a quick knit, and also it does look chic. It's something you might want to knit to someone who lives in more of like autumnal climate. it's definitely not the perfect for winter because it has all the lacing, so it's gonna the wind is gonna come through and it's gonna get cold. But for like autumnal people, it's perfect. It's a perfect gift. But if you need something more warm and maybe simple that you can literally speed through in one evening, I have an option for you as well. The double layer headband by Ananitatalolo Ananitatalolo is exactly what it sounds like. I think it's double knitted. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just like folded over. I haven't checked the pattern itself, but it's a free pattern of a very simple headband that's gonna be thick and it's gonna be super warm. So it's a very basic option for literally anybody. Just pick the right color and you're good to go. It's using worsted weight yarn yet again. So a quick knit. It also, as far as I remember, it also has a YouTube tutorial, so you can also just look through the video without actually needing to read the pattern, which is also great. And I would say that's also a very nice project to take on a go. So if you're just on the way somewhere, it's a very mindless knit because it's literally just like double stockinette, so you gotta be fine. From hats and everything hat related, we're going a little bit down to the hair itself. So scrunchies are an amazing idea for a gift to anybody who has hair longer than, I would say, like if they have hair that is shoulder length, scrunchie is gonna be a perfect gift, especially if you make it out of the silky materials. So something with a silk blend, or maybe merino, maybe cashmere. Everything that is super smooth is gonna make them super happy to own the scrunchie because it's gonna level up the experience. Because the scrunchies you buy at the supermarket, they're usually they can grab your hair, they can be super annoying, but if you make them really quality yarn scrunchie, it's gonna be amazing. And you can use like leftovers from the yarn that you've used for something else. So also stash buster. The particular pattern I want to recommend is Cashmere Twist Scrunchie by Augusta Knit. And it's a free pattern and it uses Cardiff cashmere. It says that it uses 50 meters, which is, if you know your meters, that's not a lot. That's not a lot at all. So it's a perfect, it's around 10 grams of Cardiff cashmere. So if you have some leftover fancy yarn, this is the perfect gift to go for. The only thing you will need other than the pattern and the yarn, you will need the rubber band to put inside the scrunchie, but you can buy them in literally any supermarket for like $1 or something. And it's gonna be a full pack. So you're gonna be set for more and more and more gift knits next year. You're moving down the neck. Scarves are always a great gift for anybody who you know loves wearing scarves. Two things you need to remember. First, if you've never seen them wearing scarf, maybe it's not the perfect idea. They might own it, but just not like something hanging around their neck. There are people that are really sensitive to this kind of touching their neck. Second of all, make sure you know what kind of allergies they have towards clothes. So there are a lot of people that are, for example, allergic to wool, and it might be okay for sweaters that they don't really put close to the body, but scarves are literally on your neck and it's one of the thinnest layers of skin you have on your body. So you need to be sure that this particular yarn you're using will be okay with them and with their neck. So I would say it's better to ruin surprise and ask them to touch their neck with a swatch and maybe wear it a little bit, then they won't ever wear the scarf you give them, because that's gonna be devastating. I have two options for you. One is a simpler one and the other one is a fancier one. I know that everybody is keen on knitting Sophie scarves for Christmas knits and gifts, but if you are like me and you don't have any time to make anything, Sophie scarf is too long of a project because of you need to be able to wrap it around. You don't have time for this, okay? You don't have time to knit this long. So my option for you is Nura scarf by Magdalena and Hoffa. It's not as thick in width as Sophie's scarf. It's super simple stockinette, but also, even though it's super simple, it has this gorgeous shaping, so it looks very chic and kind of gives off the same feeling as Sophie's scarf does, but also in a more formal way. So it looks a little bit more as if it was like thought through how it's gonna look when it's tied up. So it uses lace yarn held together. Wait, what? Okay, it's using Cardiff Cashmere Prime or any other lace yarn with 2 strands of yarn. So basically lace held double. I'd just go for Sport or DK if I were you. I mean, if you have some cute lace yarns laying around in your stash, just do that, but you can always substitute. And it's one of those things that you can literally use any color for because it's gonna look cute anyway. The fancier option is Isla Shoal by Bish Bush. I never know how to pronounce their name. I love their brand and I never know how to pronounce it. I'm so sorry, but it is a very unique color work shawl. It's not a big shawl, it's more like of a, I can't call it a scarf, I can't call it a shawl. It's more like a bandana that you wear on your neck, but it uses from 200 to 300 meters of finger and weight yarn, and it looks super, super beautiful and chic. This is a perfect gift for someone who really likes more feminine clothing. But since it's color work, I would assume that it's going to take you a little bit more time, even though it's a small project. So just like keep that in mind and give yourself at least a week to complete it and block it and everything. Moving on to other type of accessories that is a perfect gift knit because it can be very quickly made. It's mittens, all kinds of mittens. I'll give you all the options. The simplest one that is super universal is Serried Gloves by Megan Horton or Pearl by Ray. It is a 2x2 rib, gorgeous fingerless gloves, but I would say mittens pattern. It's quite cheap, but oh my god, it is such a universal gift. I made them out of Senesgan Atlas because it uses worsted weight yarn, and I made both gloves in 2 evenings without having to knit too much and overwork myself. So if I was like really pushing for it, I would make them in 1 evening. They are my favorite gloves ever and I wear them non-stop. They are super stretchy, super universal. You can just go for the average, like the middle size, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna be fine and it's gonna fit your recipient of the gift just like perfectly. If you want something fancier and with color work, I have another pattern for you. Another option for fingerless mittens is Amanita Fingerless Mittens by Veronica Forsberg. It's also a fingerless mittens pattern. It's also ribbed, but also has color work on it with cute mushrooms. Honestly, knowing how these patterns work, you can just change mushrooms to anything you like because it's only like a few rows of color work. You can just draft your own chart and make whatever you want. It uses finger and weight yarn, but also it's a very small pair and it doesn't use a lot of yarn as well. It uses 160 to 175 meters of yarn. So I'd say also quick knit, but small circumference. If you've never made color work, be careful to not make it super tight. I'm just saying that as a tight knitter because I already went through this hell of making 2 small mittens just because my color work was too tight. If you think that the recipient of the gift would not like fingerless mittens and will prefer regular mittens, I have the cutest pattern ever for you. It's called Kitten Catch Mittens by Florence Miller. It's adorable mittens. It has some cats on it. It's made in finger and weight yarn. It's adorable. It's gonna take you more time than other projects because it's color work on both sides, and also you need to watch your color work to not be too tight, and also it's quite an intricate design and there's not too many like pattern repetition, because also like on the finger it has like a completely separate pattern for like a fish, so it's more work. So if you don't have enough time, don't go for it. Pick something smaller. This is for someone who has all like 3 weeks until Christmas. That's their option. Don't touch it, even if they're cute. You don't want to be stressed before Christmas. And the last thing, if you don't know if your recipient will prefer fingerless mittens or normal mittens, why not give them both in one? Yeah, there are a lot of like transformer mittens. They are fingerless mittens that have like kind of a mitten cap that you can put on and off your fingers. And I have one paid pattern and one free pattern for you. The paid one is Twisted Mittens by Anna Zhuravleva. They are adorable, they are very cute looking, and the pattern is not too expensive. It uses DK weight yarn. They are gonna love it because it's so universal. You can touch your phone, but also if it's getting cold, you're just like boom. If you don't want to buy a pattern, there's a Drops alternative. Swipe Away Mittens by Drops Design uses DK weight yarn. It looks pretty much the same. I would say they look a little bit more bulky, but still adorable and elegant enough. So if you're okay with Drops patterns, that's the one for you. Okay, from hands to feet. Obviously, socks are the most universal gift from a knitter in the whole world, so why not go for it? The only thing I will say is that if you don't have time, don't go for sock weight and sport weight and fingering weight socks. You don't have time for that. Go for DK weight socks. I have 2 DK weight patterns for you. First one is, I'm pretty sure you know this pattern. It's like the most basic one you can go for. DK weight vanilla socks by Crazy Socks Lady. It is free, it is DK weight, it's knit up super fast. Easily adapt them to make them 2 at a time, and there's even tutorial by Crazy Sock Lady on how to make these particular socks 2 at a time. So you're gonna be all set, like a few days and you're gonna have a pair of socks. They're super basic, so if you want a little bit more intriguing and maybe a little bit more easily fitting somebody you don't know the size of a foot of, I would go for a nice ribbed sock by Glenna C. It's also a free pattern. It's a 3 knit stitches, 1 purl, repeat for the whole sock, and it's literally what it says. It's a ribbed sock. It's cute. It's officially it's using finger and weight yarn. I easily adapted it to DK weight, so would recommend to do that. 2 accessories, different kind of accessories, and it's gonna be a fire speed round because we are already taking too long. We gotta start knitting, right? The first pattern on my list is Snowfall Town Hot Water Bottle Cover. That was a long name that did not fit my Canva picture, so cover went away. By Season Sheen? No idea, I'm sorry for butchering your name, but adorable water bottle cover. I went through projects on the page. Most of the people made the whole hot water bottle cover in 2 or 3 days. So I would assume it's a quick knit, even though it's a lot of color work. It's DK weight pattern. Yes, it does require you to use quite a few colors, but also stash busting. Next pattern is Kettumainen Pusukka by Marie Vastola. I definitely butchered that, but it's a pouch. What is this for? No idea. You can put anything in it. The author of the pattern says that you can use it for your needle organization or just like something small. I would maybe use it for like somebody who has an ebook because that would be a very nice pouch to carry your ebook in. The only thing is this pattern, even though it's free, it's in Finnish, but you know, Google Translate exists, yada, 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 so go for it. Another type of pouch is AirPod or AirPod? AirPods. AirPods or earbud bag. In this case, it's a nigiri earbud bag by the same season Xuan that I already butchered, so you can't hold me against that 2 times in a row, right? It's a super small project in fingering weight yarn. It's gonna take you literally, I would say like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and then blocking. It's adorable. If you know someone that has AirPods, adorable gift idea. Last accessory on my list is Cloud Nap Mask by Alessia S. It is a sleeping mask with some embroidery on top of it. It's a free pattern. It uses 80 meters of yarn, of fingering weight yarn for the mask itself, and then you do the embroidery on top of it, and you can embroider anything you want. So quick, and also lets you express your creativity and maybe make something super special for this particular person. And let's be real, anybody needs a sleeping mask nowadays. Anybody. We live in a world full of distractions. The last category on my list is Christmas ornaments, and there are a ton of them. I would recommend you not use the patterns just like the patterns I proposed and just like enter Christmas ornament on Ravelry, and you will see millions of patterns, and also most of them will be free because it's the season of giving and sharing. So the 2 things I have on my list are Christmas Bell by Petite Knit. It's her new free pattern for Christmas. I already made one myself. It's adorable. I made it in few hours. The only things you will need is something to stuff it with. You can use your yarn scraps, for example. And you will need a bell to attach to it so that it's an actual bell. I got it in like the general hobby store in our city. And it also requires you to have a ribbon, but I just like made an I-cord and made it into a bow. It worked perfectly fine. The recipient loves it. And the last pattern on my list is Tiny Goose. It's a small goose toy. You will make it in one evening easily, even though it's using light fingering weight yarn. It's super small, super quick. What's fun about it is that you can, after you make it, you can just like add any kind of accessories to make it more personal. So for example, I made 2 geese and I dressed them up as my parents and sent them to them. And I also added the loop so that they can hang it as an ornament on the tree. So that's also a very nice idea. That's it for today's videos because we don't have time. Go, 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 go. We need to make everything we talked about. I know it's stressful. I am sending you all the support I can, that you can do it, you will do it, and just please don't forget that it needs to be an enjoyable experience, and you don't need to just stress out in December. You personally also deserve to feel the Christmas spirit and feel the comfort and coziness of the season. So please take breaks. Don't forget that you don't have to need everybody present, and take care of yourselves. Just please be happy and enjoy the season instead of just being stressed. If you like this video, I will really appreciate it if you press the like button and maybe subscribe to my channel so that we don't lose each other. I can also suggest you go and check out my Instagram, where I post more aesthetic content, a lot of pictures of current whips and stories about my knitting life, or my TikTok, where I post goofy content about knitting. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have the loveliest December. See you next time. Bye bye, my knitting friends and buddies.